The episode begins with Ashley at Candace's house. From what we see so far inside Candace's house, it seems very nice and nicely decorated. They sit down, and Candace begins to tell Ashley that she saw the news that Michael and she had separated. Ashley said they had planned a joint statement. However, the news of their separation was leaked to the press. So Michael is upset and he is ignoring her. At the same time, she mentions that Michael had a vasectomy, and I'm not sure why that is any of her business or her business to share with the general public. And I find it remarkable that a woman who claims she's getting separated leading to a divorce is concerned what partner is doing. But I'm going to leave that be. Candace asks how their living arrangement is situated. Ashley said that because they have kids, they can stay in the same home together. However, they cannot share a bed or have sex. Ashley suggested that Chris should apologize to Giselle, and Candace shut that down. She said Chris doesn't like how stuff is being played out, so he is gonna step aside from the women right now. And Candace adds fuel to the fire with that statement when she says she has been around Giselle for quite some time. She knows how Giselle likes the plot and scheme and plans ish, and quiet as it's kept, Candace has been part of that toxic behavior for quite some time. She knows the playbook and she knows what's coming. So I guess she is preparing herself, and she understands that the new attack is on Chris and her marriage. And it's not by coincidence that Ashley suggested that Chris should apologize. Ashley, Giselle, Robin, and Charisse have an alliance with each other. Maya, Gordon, and their children are having a meal on their deck. Maya complains to Gordon that he should have put a runner on the table because they're a family who doesn't eat without a runner. Alrighty then. We see some of the food that they're having. It looks like chicken or something like that, but it did not look appetizing. So much so, this kid started running around and screaming because I imagine they must be hungry. I wouldn't eat that ish stew based on what it looked like. But anyway, she and Gordon commence in having this fake conversation surrounding her health. She said that they have to do some more tests on the lymph nodes or the lumps or whatever this girl is saying. I would think if anyone has anything growing in their body that they would want to have it removed as soon as possible, but that's just me. Maya is planning a trip to Miami and mentions to Gordon about what they did in Miami when she was single and he was married. She said that Gordon crashed her girls trip to Miami, and while he was happily married, she said at the time they hooked up and they had sex on the beach with other people watching them. She is indicating how morally bankrupt both of them were when he was having an affair while he was married. That ain't a good look. That's not a good thing to actually admit to the general public. Giselle takes her daughters to the nail salon and they're having a manicure while she sits down to have a pedicure. And the technician puts a towel down for her feet. Giselle picks that thing up and presses it to her face. Her daughter looks at her stunned and said, "Mom, you're nasty." And she said, "I felt like it was greasy. I wanted to take that gruff off my face." Now, I gotta tell you, when I saw that, I was repulsed. And if the daughter is calling her nasty, I'm just going to leave that where it is. Anyway, they discuss the twins' Sweet 16 birthday party that's coming up. And Giselle tells us that Pastor Bryant will clearly show up for the event because he comes through regarding important things that happens in all his children's lives. Robin visits an attorney she was referred to by her friend regarding the prenup agreement. The attorney asked if there was any disparity in the income for both parties. She said she's making more money, she has businesses, and her preference will be that her businesses are not included in any kind of prenup she has with Ron. Um, she said that she wants an infidelity clause because there have been issues in the past when they were married for the first time. And the attorney said that, the prenup will have everything that she wants. And she just wants to be proactive and be mindful of potential things that can happen in their marriage. Karen, Ashley, and Wendy are at a tulip farm to pull tulips. Karen tells Wendy that she thought it was wrong that Robin did not invite her to her family fun day. Karen said that was raggedy, and I agree with that 100%. Wendy said that she can't believe their friendship has gone to that level, and she thought if they had a gathering to air out their grievances and people take accountability and then burn whatever issue they are having with each other, then they can all get to a better place. Candace, Chris, and her sister are at the house and they're discussing Candace's new album. Candace shared that Trina is going to be on one of the featured track, and she also tells the girls about a text she received from Wendy regarding the burn session that Candace calls burning your edges. The day of the burn session, Ashley and Wendy are traveling together while Karen, Maya, Giselle, Candace, and Robin are traveling in a sprinter that Wendy got for them. So by the time they got there, people were hungry and tired, and Candace, when she realized they were going to a vineyard, was a little triggered. She said that you know what happens when wild boars go to a winery, and they showed a flashback with the fight she had with Monique. Why would Wendy want to expose her and her magical blackness to a winery situation? And that disaster was afoot, which was absolutely on point. On their way to the winery, Wendy reveals to Ashley that she had kidney stones, which was extremely painful, and that her mom was admitted to the hospital because some of her vitals were elevated, so they kept her. And Wendy had an aha moment. She may not be enjoying her life, and she thinks that when she is her mother's age, she'll probably end up in the same situation. So she just believes she has to get to another place as she balances a work-life situation. Everyone arrives at the vineyard. The last group came through. Neither Robin or Giselle said hi to Wendy. They got their drinks and they ordered their food, and they weren't already set. Wendy explained the intention behind the meeting, wanting to air out grievances and then burning it to get to a better space with the person. Robin said in her confessional that she has nothing good to say, so she's not gonna say anything. And while they were in the sprinter, Robin said that the whole thing was fake. Giselle said that Robin told her she was not coming, but I guess production forced her to show up. Wendy hands out these little tablets so that they can write their grievances down, and whoever is on the hot seat can get it, and then they burn the situation and they go from prison to prison. Ashley, Candace, and Karen said affirming things about Wendy. When they got to Robin, aka Miss Gett, she said that both she and Wendy are oil and water, and she's good with that. She has nothing else to say. When Wendy passed and went to Giselle, she dittoed everything that Robin, aka Miss Gett, said. And then Miss Gett, she was not gonna say anything, but again, she can't control her emotional responses. She said to Robin that she should stop telling people that she's tried to fight her at Ashley's event. And of course, production showed Wendy telling Ashley and I think Mia's friend that there was an incident at Ashley's event, and Wendy believes that Robin was trying to fight her. And basically, that's what Robin does. She's been doing that for quite some time now, and I see no one really checks her on that. No one really checks her or Giselle on their toxic behavior. It should be known. So it just continues, and now she's trying to charge people. So when she says that's not who she is, that's exactly who she is, and that's exactly who she has portrayed herself to be in the past, and nothing has changed. Robin tells Wendy she needs to use her words and that it was dangerous because she was not a thug. Wendy said that she never said that Robin, aka Miss Gett, was a thug. Wendy told Robin that, she had to be held back and maybe she was drunk, she can't remember. Wendy suggested that they move on because that's her truth. Robin and Giselle started screaming at her, and Robin said that it was not true, it was a lie, that no one had to touch her, and that she was not a thug. He calls the arbiter of everything that is toxic in Potomac, aka Charisse, and asked her whether she touched her at Ashley's event because she wanted to fight. And of course, Cherie does what she does best. She lies. Robin and Giselle hold on to that as if what Cherie says is the gospel. Giselle started screaming lies, lies. Giselle asked Wendy why she was lying, and this is when Robin, aka Miss Gett, got out of pocket and started reading I Don't Give a Muck 3 times after Wendy asked her why she is screaming. Good for her. It's always good for people to show you who they are. She just proved Wendy's point. The viewers can see she is wrong and that they believe the lie that Cherise told. Karen said that from her point of view, all the screaming was coming from Giselle's side of the table, and she's trying to figure out why. Giselle said she was making sure that everybody heard her in the group. Charisse clearly got up, stood in front of Robin as she was walking towards Wendy. She she stretched a hand out at first to bar her from moving forward, and then she got up, stood in front of her, and put her hands on Robin's shoulder as to guide her back to her seat. So that actually happened, and Wendy's account of what happened was true, and I'm not sure if Robin realizes that if the producers are honorable, they are going to show us flashbacks of what actually occurred. Ashley turned to Candace and said she has something to tell her. She told Candace that one of her friends who was at the spring party thought that Chris was flirty with her. He came to the bar while she was ordering a drink. So a man standing next to a woman at a bar ordering a drink is him being flirty. But okay, girl. Then when that lie didn't work, she went to something else to back it up. She said that Maya told the ladies that Chris was staring at her at the spring party. Maya said that Chris wasn't staring at her in a sexual way, and the camera show Ashley's face sort of like crashing a little bit. Candice asks Ashley, "What is the purpose of this? Why is she doing this? Wasn't she at her house a couple of days ago, and why didn't she address it with her then?" Ashley claims that she didn't know that information a couple of days ago. That's why she wanted to tell her now when she could eyeball her rather than calling her on the phone and having a conversation with her. But this is how they move. Ashley then brings up that Candace called Michael a predator. Candace said that it was documented in a case and said that the court case was dismissed. Candace told Ashley that she don't have enough drama going on in her life. She wants to bring the drama to her door. Ashley said that the pendulum always swings the other side, and then she looked at Candace and said, "It'll feel good, huh?" Candace said, "Well, there it is." Miss Candace said in her confessional that she should have kept her good eye on that bulbous ass forehead Mitch, and that she knew she was no good, but she went against her better judgment, and look where they are now. Candace told Ashley that she comes from a place of vindictiveness and nastiness. And Ashley started saying, "No, no, no." But Candace continued. She tells her that she was a lying ass, vindictive Mitch. Ashley said that she knows of another DM that Chris slipped into. So typically, when you deal with a liar, their lies usually come in threes. So we have another lie to deal with. So that's how it ended. And I was glad to see all these ladies off the screen. Everyone has an opportunity to stand on a moral foundation. And like everything else, that's a choice. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. Please click that notification button so you know when I upload new videos. Have a good one. Stay and live in peace.